Today, I want to unpack some key habits of millionaires based on the largest study of millionaires ever done, because these habits are things that you and I can copy right now that can help lead to success. No matter where you are financially, vocationally, relationally, maybe you're in the middle of something really, really challenging. You can't control your circumstances, but you can control your habits. And today I want to share with you 6 powerful millionaire habits and look at some behind the scenes stuff of what has led to their financial success, because where there's financial success, a lot of times there is in general life success. And so we want to take a look at some of those habits today. I'm excited to break those down for you. Before we jump in though, I want to give you something right off the bat. We're talking about growing your wealth today. We're talking about growing your income perhaps. And so I want to give you a tool that will help you. I'm always talking about online courses on this channel, on this show, because an online video course is one of the best tools that you can use to grow your wealth. It is a way you can share your knowledge, share your experience, share your passions and skills with people who are like-minded, who want to learn from you, and you can charge a premium for that. And there's little to no overhead because it's digital, and you can sell around the clock because it's digital and can be automated, which leads to passive income. So you can not only make a lot of money, but you can make it automatically, which is a crazy cool combination in the story of my life. And so I have learned over the last 11 years of selling digital courses how to make successful ones. I've made some bad ones too, but how to make successful courses. And I've launched courses that have done over $1 million in sales and lots of courses that have done multiple 6 figures. But I want to boil down for you a simple checklist that you can follow to create your first 6-figure course, meaning a course that makes over $100,000. That would be amazing. And so I've boiled it all together for you into a simple PDF. It's my 6-figure online course checklist that walks you through the 4 steps that I use to build and sell highly profitable online courses. And I want to give it to you absolutely free. Just go to grahamcochran.com/6-figure course. That's the number 6. 6-figure course. Or if you're watching on YouTube, the link is below this video in the description. So click on that. It's absolutely free. It's a PDF. It's going to walk you through the steps. It's going to be a checklist format. It's going to walk you through a lot of mistakes that I've made in building online courses and how to know what to build, how to build it, how to sell it, packaged into one little PDF. So it's free. Enjoy it at grahamcochran.com/6-figure course. Okay, let's jump into the millionaire habits. Very simple. They're in different categories. There's 6 habits. 2 are financial, 2 are personal habits, and then 2 are, I think, more mindsets and related to work, I think. So we'll talk about those in that order, and then we'll unpack it all at the end. Habit number 1, millionaires save more than 10% of their income, okay? 70% of millionaires save more than 10% of their income through their working years. 70%. And 30% of millionaires saved more than 20% of their income. This is Finance 101. If you want wealth, the easiest way to get it is to save money. Very simple. Another way to say it is you have to live on less than you make. Now, we suck at this in America, okay? We spend everything we make. And not only that, we spend more than we make. So we're going in the opposite direction. Millionaires save at least 10% of their income. Habit number 2, millionaires set long-term goals for their money. 92% of millionaires developed a long-term plan for their money compared to 60% of the general population. Okay? So non-millionaires in America, 60% of them set long-term goals for their money, which is great. But of millionaires, when you look at millionaires, 92% of them do. And you see the difference maker, right? They're 50% more likely to have long-term goals for their money. So that begins with committing to saving 10% or more of your income every single month. But what other goals do you have? Do you just think about putting food on the table today and that's it? Or do you think about a year from now where you want to be financially? Or do you think about 10 years from now, where do you want to be financially? Or does that just overwhelm you? You're like, I can't think about 10 years from now. You need to. If you don't, you know what's going to happen? Life's going to fly by, and 10 years from now, we're going to be having the same conversation. Oh crap, I'm 10 years older. I don't even know what happened in the last decade. Look, what do you want to do financially? Write it down and then backtrack. What is it going to take to do that? If it sounds overwhelming, what's the first step to researching how to get there? Just do the first step and just research the first step. You can't even do the first step. Just research the first step. Habit number 3, millionaires exercise 3 times a week. Interesting. I thought this was fascinating. 80% of millionaires exercise 3 times per week compared to 55% of the general population. And that was fascinating to me. Because when I think about millionaires, I don't think about their physical habits. I'm just thinking about their financial habits. That was a huge statistic. So 55% of the general population exercise 3 times a week, so about half, where 80% of millionaires do. What does it tell you? That there's some correlation. I don't think if you go for like a run 3 times a week, I don't think you're gonna find $1 million in your bank account, right? Correlation does not equal causation. But where there's correlation, there's something to pay attention to. That's the whole point of looking at habits of successful people. One habit doesn't cause the result, but there's generally a correlation. So what is the correlation between nice exercise habits, consistent, not just like every once in a while they exercise, but they're consistently 3 times a week exercising and being millionaires? It's probably a combination of discipline. If you're disciplined enough to exercise 3 times a week, you're disciplined in other areas. It bleeds into other things. That's why discipline, I think, is the #1 quality of an entrepreneur. But if you can get a spark of a flame of discipline, you can light that discipline on fire, everything else in your life, and you can become disciplined in other areas. Habit number 4, millionaires wake up early. 70% of millionaires consider themselves early risers compared to 44% of the general population. You see this habit with every successful person I've ever listened to an interview or read their biography. They wake up early. And I think that's because they are excited about the day. They are excited about what they're gonna do. They are ready to tackle it, and they want some space for themselves to have clarity of thought, to have vision, because they're thinking ahead, because they're planners, because maybe they need time to exercise and they're busy. You see how these things all work together? Habit number 5, and this is, I was starting to allude to this in the last one. Millionaires do work they enjoy. I like this one. 96% of millionaires enjoyed what they did for a career. 96% enjoyed what they did for a career, and 64% say they, quote, loved their jobs. If you're not doing work you love, maybe that's why you're listening to the show, watching these videos, is because you want to start your own business, or you're growing your online business so you can do work you love. Doing work you love is important. It's important because guess what happens when you do work you love? You work harder. You are more creative. You are more innovative. You serve better. When you do a job you hate, you just do the bare minimum, okay? I worked in a corporate America in a tech company as an audio engineer, and I was good at the work, but it was easy and I didn't care for it. So I did the bare minimum. I try to innovate and serve you as best as I can. Why? Because I love it. That's why I started this other business. My first business was doing great. Why do I need to start another business? Because I wanted to, because I love it. So you see this beautiful intersection. When you do work you enjoy, you do better work. And why is that good? Because it serves the world better. I think you were designed by God to be creative, to be hardworking, to feel alive when you're working. And if you don't feel that in the current work you're doing, what can you do today to take a next step to in the next 2 years max to position yourself into a whole new career? You could do this. Maybe it is starting an online business and that's why you're following. I want you to do that. I want you to do that. I want to help you do that, okay? So millionaires do work they enjoy. And the 6th and final habit, millionaires give money away. It's crazy. 55% of millionaires give to others regularly compared to 28% of the general population. People who are givers, people who are generous are more successful in life. I don't know how else to put it. I wish I could say that weren't true because it makes people feel uncomfortable, but it's just true. And I want that for you. So that's a huge, huge millionaire habit. So in review, 6 millionaire habits you and I can copy. Millionaires save more than 10% of their income. They set long-term goals for their money. They exercise 3 times a week. They wake up early. They do work they enjoy, and they give money away. These are not one-time things. These are ongoing habits. So my question for you is, which one of these 6 spoke to you the most right now? Which one of these 6 grabbed you and said, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do this? Hopefully all 6. But is there one in particular that just resonated with you, that convicted you, that got you in the heart and said, I can do this. I can do this. If so, and you're watching on YouTube, comment below and let me know which one that is. And before we go, I want to remind you, I want to give you a little tool to take you one step closer to millionaire status, and that's my 6-figure online course checklist. As a business owner, the way you're going to become a millionaire is to sell a lot of product. And the way you're going to sell a lot of product is to make products people really want to buy. How do you do that? I break it all down to you, my 4-step process for building and selling highly profitable online courses in the six-figure online course checklist. It's absolutely free. Just go to grahamcochrane.com/six-figure course with the number 6-figure course, or click on the link below if you're watching on YouTube and just read it and implement it. I think you'll really enjoy it. As always, thanks for listening and hanging out with me today. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay motivated, and I'll see you in another episode real soon.